My helping you is helping myself. Ah, jolly Adam, hallelujah, jolly Adam, hallelujah, jolly Adam, hallelujah, jolly Adam. I love you. So we greet you once again and welcome you to our village. This particular presentation is sponsored by the Caribbean Cultural Center, African Diaspora Institute, and I, the presenter, I'm Atiba Kwabena. And together, this collaboration is a part of that process that's committed to the reclamation, maintenance, and development of African cultural tools: music, poetry, storytelling, and dance. These are the forms that we're utilizing to connect the dots between those who are born at home and those who are born throughout the diaspora. In other words, those places outside of the motherland, outside of Africa, who are still maintaining traditional African culture in various manifestations. So the way that African culture is maintained in Jamaica is not the same that it is in Venezuela. The way that it's maintained in Brazil is not exactly the same as it is in Haiti. It's not the same in St. Croix as it is in New Orleans. But they're all connected because the principles which guide them are continuous and consistent. And because those principles are consistent, we can safely say that we are an African people. And these regional variations don't make any of us any more or less African than any other expression of Africanity. So today, however, we're going to be primarily focused on cultural, musical expressions developed here in what is now known as the United States. But we have to start in Africa, and that's why we started with the song that we did. Ah, Jolly Adam, hallelujah, Jolly Adam. This is a praise song for those women and men who utilize music, poetry, storytelling, and dance to maintain our connection with our ancestors and allow us to better understand where we are in the present so that we can plan efficiently for the future, so that our children's grandchildren, our grandchildren's grandchildren will have the ability and the wherewithal to solve the issues of their contemporary times and plan for their grandchildren's future. So we must think ahead, but we can only live in the future, guided by the past. Sankofa. You have to look back, fetch it, and bring it up. So today we're going to start with a song that focuses on the mourning that occurs when we lose our names, our ability to define ourselves, Kuji Chakalia. Losing that ability to name ourselves, to define ourselves, to make our own alliances. Without that, we're done. So this song speaks to that anguish. And it is a song that forewarned us as African people of the cost that would be entailed when we lost our names. Mindo jaguragam saya ye munie jaguragam Mindo jaguragam saya ye munie jaguragam Mindo jaguragam saya ye munie jaguraga mindo jaguraga saya ye munie jaguraga. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going around taking names. Well, they took my daddy's name. Yeah, broke his heart in vain. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going around taking names. He took my mama's name, yeah, broke her heart in vain. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going around stealing names. There's a man going around stealing names. Well, he stole my brother's name. Yeah, broke his heart in vain. There's a man going around stealing names. There's a man going around stealing names. There's a man going around stealing names. Well, he stole my sister's name. Yeah, broke her heart in vain. There's a man going around stealing names. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going around taking names. There's a man going round stealing names. Yeah. But these songs did not stop in mourning. We as African people, we use our music and poetry and storytelling and dance for any and all occasion. So we also use them as a means to send codes of the best way to escape our enslavement. Which way was the way to freedom? And what was the path you were supposed to go? Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Plantation days are bloody and red. God's gonna trouble the water. If I don't get free, be better off dead. God's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. So this is the kind of song that Harriet Tubman would sing in order to remind folk when they on their way to freedom that they should run near the river, stay near the river so they can run in and out of the water. That way the bloodhounds wouldn't be able to smell their scent and they could get further along without discovery toward that drinking gourd. All right, follow the drinking gourd. That's the North Star. That was the way to freedom. So the songs were messages. People would hear it. I think it's just about wading in the water, not knowing that wading in the water was like, again, the direction you should go in. Follow that river, follow that drinking gourd to a place where freedom is for us. Also, we use songs to deal with the transitions in life. And this particular song that I'm going to share with you next was a part of a long millennium. We have no idea how long this tradition was going on. But in traditional African societies and here, where we continued practicing certain aspects of Africanity and our African rituals, it would be custom to, on the way to the burial ground, to sing a mourning song. And then on the way from the burial ground, we would sing a song of celebration. So on the way there, we mourn that person who has made their transition because we're going to miss them. We're going to miss their embrace. We're going to miss their laughter. We're going to miss the stories that they had to tell, the wisdom that they had to offer. But on the way back, we're going to celebrate the life lived, because by remembering the life lived, we will be able to utilize the love shared, the embrace shared, the laughter shared, the lessons shared. We'll be able to utilize all that and still keep it in our hearts and in our minds and in our spirit. Because it's only when we forget our ancestors that they cease to exist. That's the African way of thinking, that as long as we remember them, they will continue to exist. And this particular song was one of them songs that has a regional thing here in the U.S. Down in New Orleans. They would sing this song in particular, but it spread throughout the country. But down in New Orleans was popular to sing this song, and in fact, it's still identified with one of the great champions of African culture, Louis Armstrong. Oh, when those saints go marching in, when those saints go marching in, I want to be among that number. When those saints go marching in, oh, when those saints go marching in, oh, when those saints go marching in, I want to be among that number. When those saints go marching in, oh, when those saints go marching in, when those saints go marching in, I wanna be among that number, yeah. When those saints go marching in, oh yeah, oh when those saints, when them saints go marching in, oh when those saints go marching in, I wanna be among that number. When those saints go marching in, oh yeah, oh when those saints go marching in, oh when those saints go marching in, I wanna be among that number. Oh when those saints go marching in, I'm the baby do the bum boom boom doom deep bop ba doo bop zoo ba doo bop boo ba beep bop do do beep bop bop a beep bum bop doo bop beep a boo beep bum boop beep beep bum bum ba doo ba doom da do do beep bum zam 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 beep bum boo ba doo da bop zoom za doom de dum de ba doo bop bum ba doo bop dum de ba doo bop Babu baby, so for you bam bum the baby the beep. Babu bam bam dum did a bam bam the baby do that do dip. Dread down, dead baby bam the baby do ma. Oh, when those saints, yeah, go marching in. Whoa, yeah, when those saints go marching in, I wanna be among that number, yeah. When those saints go marching in. Now we're going to pick up the story with another great genius of this African tradition here, as it's expressed here in what is now known as the United States. Born in the same year, it is said, as Louis Armstrong, and that is the maestro, Duke Ellington. And he utilized this particular song as a theme song for his band. The song itself was written by Billy Strayhorn, who was a pianist, composer, and collaborator with Duke for quite a few songs that were part of the Duke Ellington Band's repertoire. But this is the song that they picked as a theme song for the band. So this is one we thought appropriate to utilize during this particular presentation. And it's called Take the A Train. Yeah. Yeah, Duke Ellington, Take the A Train. And in there, we incorporated a few different songs. One of them, by the way, was in the bridge, we did a little taste of Girl from Ipanema. And prior to that, and at the ending of the song, we finished with a quote from The Entertainer, a song written by the great Scott Joplin, one of the profound composers and arrangers in that music that became known as ragtime. Now, actually, the word rag was utilized anytime that you were taking a particular song and ragged it up. So when you ragged the music up, that was to put it in a framework where it was conducive for dancing specifically. So you could take any particular type of song, whether it be a ballad or any other type of particular song, and by ragging it up, you would take it up to a tempo and a swing, a syncopation particular style that would induce people to dance. As I said, dance is an integral component to our cultural apparatuses. You know, when we dance, poetry, storytelling, music, all right? They're all interweaving, all right, as a part of our presentations. And next, we have to delve into a particular type of genre of music that developed also here in the United States, and it's the blues. Because without the blues, that's what holds that thing in there. There's in the blues you find the spirituals. In the blues you find ragtime. In the blues you find what will become known as jazz. All right? So that is the kernel, all right, the seed that allows all these other particular styles to blossom. So we have to pay tribute to some blues, one of them down home kind of thing. And so we're gonna start with this one. This is one of them like old gut bucket kind of blues, all right? And it's called Red River Blues. Red River Blues, baby. Seem like that river filled with my dreams. Red River Blues, baby. Seems like that river's filled with my dreams. Sometimes I got to laugh to keep from crying. Lord knows if I cried, I'd have to scream. I would have to scream. Where can I run? Somebody tell me, who can I take my troubles to? Where can I run? Somebody tell me, who can I take my troubles to? These Red River Blues have got me. I ain't so sure what to do. Tell me what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on holding my head up high. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on holding my head up, my head up, my head up high. You know that nothing beats a failure. Nothing beats a failure till you give it one more. You've got to give it one more. You've got to give it. You've got to give it. Yeah. You've got to give it one more. Try. You've got to give it one more try. See, the blues helps you get through trials and tribulations. Give it one more try. All right? And now, we're going to do a song by the great Dizzy Gillespie, who, along with Charlie Parker, developed what is now known as bebop. But this particular song was inspired by his influence, by the influence on Dizzy, the influence of Mario Bauza, Machito, and others, Chano Pozo, who were the ones who were connecting Afro-Cuban music, rumba, son, these particular rhythms and styles that had been developed in Cuba, when they mixed them with the jazz, they came up with what Mario Bauza and Machito called Afro-Cuban jazz. Dizzy was highly influenced by what they were doing and decided that he needed that in his band. After he left Cab Calloway's band, he wanted to incorporate that sound of the hand drum with what he was doing, because he figured that that was, to him, that was a missing component, all right, to take it all the way back home, because blues and the spirituals and jazz and R&B were African musics developed here in the United States, but he wanted to put that drum, reinforce that drum. Although there were great drummers, Papa Joe Jones, Chick Webb, Max Roach, and a host of others, Baby Daz, all right? He wanted to also reincorporate the hand drum, because it must be remembered that the hand drums were outlawed in most of the United States because it was known that we could communicate with these drums. They weren't just for playing rhythms, they were literally used for communication. And those Africans who were in a state of rebellion against their enslavement often used drums and other musical instruments to signal when it was time to do what and what to do, literally. All right? So Dizzy wanted to reintroduce these hand drums and those particular types of rhythms into the African American musical voice again. And so he, through the connection of Mario Bauza, he was introduced to Chano Pozo, who helped him in writing songs like Manteca, Tintindil, and this song that I'm about to play for you now, A Night in Tunisia. The same moon above you, a glow in its cool evening light. A beautiful night in Tunisia, never does it shine so bright. The stars will glow in the heavens, only the wise understand. They're shining at night in Tunisia, they guide you through the desert sand. Words fail to tell a tale exotic to be told. Each night's a deeper night in a world ages old. The cares of the day seem to vanish. Ending of day brings relief. A beautiful night in Tunisia, where the time is filled with So we thank Diz, we thank Duke, we thank Louis, Mario Bauza, Chano Pozo, Mary Lou Williams, because you can't really talk about swing without talking about Mary Lou. Billie Holiday, Betty Carter, and so many other sheroes and heroes who utilize music, poetry, storytelling, and dance, like Pearl Primus and Catherine Dunham. And they utilize these tools to help us maintain connection with our ancestors. So that way we would know what happened back in the day and better understand what's happening today. And with that, we're able to plan for the future, for our grandchildren's grandchildren, for our grandchildren's grandchildren, and their grandchildren's grandchildren. So we hope today's presentation helps each and every one of us look inside and find the most beautiful thing that we will ever find, ourselves. Jama Jama.